Hi, it's Nick Aster with TriplePundit.com at the Global Reporting Initiative's 2013 conference in Amsterdam. And I'm here with Tara O'Shea. She's in corporate partnerships with a project called Code REDD. Can you tell us a little bit about what Code REDD is?
Sure. So Code REDD's mission is to support and scale the REDD Plus mechanism, which, as envisioned by the United Nations, is a holistic approach to reduce emissions from deforestation and forest degradation.
Okay, great. And how do you actually go about doing that? What does that mean?
So REDD Plus is a holistic solution to our deforestation challenge because it gets at the root cause of deforestation, which are economic incentives. So the goal of REDD Plus is to quantify and value the carbon storage services that forests provide and help restructure developing economies away from unsustainable land use.
Okay, that sounds like the wonderful triple bottom line type solution that we're talking about all the time.
Exactly.
But here we are at a sustainability reporting conference, the GRI.
Sure.
What is that? Why are you here? What does this have to do with the kind of solutions that you're looking for?
Yeah, well, I think you kind of just hit the nail on the head by saying, that's exactly the triple bottom line, the triple approach that we need. And that's what's so exciting about the Global Reporting Initiative. We've seen a real heavy emphasis this week on integrated reporting. And we at Code REDD think that's so exciting and so important because the more we start to measure in an integrated way, the more that we stop looking at sustainability challenges in isolation, the more that systemic solutions start to make a lot of sense. And REDD Plus is very much at its core, by its very nature, a systemic, holistic approach. And so it's exciting because when we begin measuring in a more integrated manner, these type of sustainable, holistic solutions like REDD Plus start to make a lot more sense.
So what is it about integrated reporting that could really drive a company to take an interest in and support the kinds of things that you're doing? I mean, just reporting on something, is just reporting on something. How does that actually manifest in real action?
Sure. Well, I think what we've seen up until now is a lot of really great initiatives targeted at specific sustainability challenges. So we've seen real corporate leaders addressing sustainable supply chain issues or addressing their unavoidable greenhouse gas emissions. But what's really incredible about integrated reporting, about looking at your impacts across environmental, social, and governance factors across your supply chain, is the opportunity to tie that all together and take a more systems approach, which again is exactly the vision of REDD Plus, taking a more systemic approach to an environmental challenge. So we have this massive environmental challenge of almost 20% of our global greenhouse gas emissions coming from forest loss. But REDD Plus understands that what's underneath that are socioeconomic factors. And so by taking this holistic solution, we can really begin to reconcile our environmental and socioeconomic systems. And it's exciting to see that the private sector is starting to take those same approaches.
Awesome. And speaking of the private sector, are there any particular examples that you're proud of that you've helped facilitate so far?
Sure. So, being at a reporting conference, I think it's appropriate to speak to the leadership that Puma has shown in its reporting and in its environmental profit and loss sheet. That has enabled that company to look at not only financial indicators, but also environmental indicators, and has led the company to make holistic sustainability solutions like REDD Plus. So Puma collaborates on a project on the Code REDD platform, developed and managed by Wildlife Works in Kenya. And Puma's been able to integrate REDD Plus not only into their climate strategies, but also their sustainable sourcing, their marketing. And if you want to hear more about this, they actually recently spoke at REDD Talks. So you can go to reddtalks.com and learn more about why Puma is involved in Wildlife Works Kenya project.
Tara, thanks very much for your time.
Yeah.